Good evening, fans, and welcome to another edition of Sports Talk with Rags here in season 4, episode 51. And this evening, here we are honored here to have rising junior at Grassfield High School, Sophie Rambo. Sophie, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. Appreciate your time, and you know, let's just let's just talk here at the beginning. Here, just it looks like what since middle school you just started running track.
Yeah, so I had played softball. I started softball when I was about 8 or 9 years old,
Right.
and then realized that I could like take it to the next level because I realized I was actually pretty good at it. So I started playing travel when I was 10 years old, and then I played travel ball from 10 to 15, and then the
Okay.
summer of my freshman year is when I stopped because I wanted to keep pursuing track.
Right. Yeah, yeah. So for all the listeners out there, I mean, you started running track with track being a middle school sport, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Now with track, I mean, do and now that you're in high school, do you run many events, or is it just certain events? How does school track like when you started in middle school and then going into high school?
I run mainly certain events, which are the sprints, the 100, 200, 400, but I have ran the 800. I ran that twice this year to try it just to see how it is. Um, so I have a pretty good range, and um, yeah, I've done a little bit of everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and let's see. I don't like to run, and I graduated in '94. So what? One lap around the track is 400 meters, right?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Mhm.
So let's see. So here's some times that with 200 meters, what 23.7 seconds, 300 meters 38.41, and one lap around 400 meters 52.83. That's that's great times.
Yeah, thank you.
Right. So as you've pursued track here in high school, I mean, so softball, you have a fall program, you have winter workouts, and then you have a spring and summer. For track here in high school, what do you do in the summertime? Is it mainly a lot of individual workouts while school's out, or is there AAU at the track level as well?
So there is AAU, but normally during the summer I like to take a break so I can rest my body and stuff since it's such a long season going from winter to summer every year. So in the summer, I all I do is mainly just lift weights
Okay.
and stuff like that. And then I don't start running again until about September when school starts.
Yeah. Yes, because isn't with now being in high school, there's different track seasons.
Mhm.
That's fall, winter, and then spring, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and so what, like winter is mainly competing indoors,
Yeah.
or and so okay, so
So yeah, winter is all indoor. That goes from December to like March because nationals are in March, and then right
okay,
after that is when outdoor starts, like a day after that, and then
right,
that nationals for high school is in June. So, and then depending on what you do, like if you want to do AAU, that goes all the way until like around August, or if you
oh,
do like U20 or something like that, that'll go to August as well. So you're still running, just depending on what you want to do.
okay, so that's how the age brackets are, like U18 or U20. So and so how and Grassfield. I mean, I don't know Grant personally, but definitely with being Western Branch alum and working with the football team. Definitely remember Grant as a Grassfield football player. So, so as you're going through Grassfield, I mean, Grassfield's track program, definitely does well both on the boys and the girls side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Grant will talk to us sometimes, and like
Oh,
he
yeah.
gives encouraging words and stuff. And the coaches definitely bring up stuff like things that he's done, and just tells us about like his legacy and everything. Like when he was at the school, all the great things he did to be a leader and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. All right. So how was your first 2 years being part of the Grassfield track team, and what spring you there qualify for regionals and qualify for states, and track is similar to golf and some of these other sports where you can qualify individually and qualify as a team, right?
Yeah, so our team is definitely one big family. Like we all love each other and we're super close. And our coaches, they're like our parents. They're really great and they're always encouraging us. Um, but yeah, qualifying. Track is more like in the beginning, it's an individual thing, but
Okay.
obviously you still have your team there supporting you and you have to cheer them on and stuff. But then towards the end, when you get to regionals and states, that's when it becomes like a team. Like you all have to work together and cheer each other on so you can score points.
Okay. All right. And how did you guys do this past spring?
We did good. We actually won states as
Oh,
a
nice.
girl side. Yeah.
Right.
And we won regionals, and I think the boys got maybe they got third. Yeah, I think the boys got third at regionals.
Okay. All right. Yes. Yeah. And then when you've talked about nationals, I mean, so with being freshman, sophomore, have you had to qualify for that round? I mean, how does that go into play before school gets out?
So you can qualify at any point of the year,
Okay.
just depending on what times you run. Like there's certain standards depending on what nationals you go to. Like I go to New Balance nationals every year,
Okay.
so like there's different divisions. There'll be freshmen and the championship. So
Oh,
obviously only freshmen can run the freshman division. But
right.
when I was a freshman, they had this Rising Star division, and that's the one I ran in. And yeah, so I qualified. I'd qualified for championship, but I didn't want to go into that because I didn't know how well I would do since I was a freshman. Um,
Right.
and then this year I ran in championship. Yeah, I qualified for all my events in that, but I just decided to run the 400 and 200 there just to focus on those.
Yeah, yes, and and with 200, 200 being a half a lap, and 400, I mean, being a full lap, so it's still somewhat of a sprint,
Mhm.
versus if you were running, 800 meters or 1600 meters, right? Different types of running styles.
Yeah, definitely. The 200s, the 200 and 400, they're both really fast, but obviously the 200 is like everything you have. The 400 is broken down a little bit more strategically wise, and the 800, I've only ran that like twice, and I never really had a strategy for it, so I just was running.
Right. And so when you start school here right after Labor Day, I mean, do you guys, with the fall season, do you guys still, go different track meets on the weekends, or how does the fall season work?
So for the fall, our season hasn't technically started yet, but we do conditioning to get ready for the season. Our tryouts are in early November, and then our first meet for indoor will be in December. So
Oh,
our
okay.
conditioning it started this month in August,
Okay.
but I'm not going right now because I'm still on my break, but
Right.
start going again when school starts.
Oh, okay. Okay. So there with high school track, you're pretty much gearing up for the indoor season, which will be during the wintertime, and what it's with it being indoors, is that mostly at Boo Williams or just wherever the meets are at?
Most of them are at Boo Williams. Those are the SED meets, like our district meet, the Southeastern
Okay,
District. So
right,
all the schools in Chesapeake, we all go to Boo Williams.
right.
I think like every Wednesday to compete against each other, and then we have invitationals, which are on the weekends. Those are really fun because it's teams from all over. Like you can go anywhere for those invitationals, but mostly we stay for the invitationals. They're mostly at the Sports Center in Virginia Beach. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, yes. I think there have been a couple more different venues that have opened up here, and been multi-purpose venues here in the area. So here with the Olympics that just finished. I mean, what were the events that you mainly paid attention to?
I liked watching the 400. I really liked watching everything, but
Right.
the main ones were the 400 hurdles with Cindy McLaughlin. She's my favorite runner because she's just amazing at every event she does, and she is able to compete well in all of it and be the top of the top. So she's someone great to look up to. And then I liked watching Grant's hurdles because
Yeah.
we just knew he was going to win. But yeah, so I like
Yeah,
watching everything.
right. Yes, I know that my wife and I, even with not knowing him personally, but with him being from our area, and just seeing the success that he had there with the 100-meter hurdles, and this year getting gold. That was cool to see.
Yeah, it was. And definitely coming from my school and stuff, he's definitely
Right.
a good inspiration and someone great to look up to.
Yeah, yes. And so do you miss playing softball, cuz you pitched, right, when you played middle school and travel softball?
Yeah, I do miss it a lot. Sometimes I'll go to the games at the high school and I just wish that I was like on the field, but obviously I know that I can't do that. But when I was playing, it was really fun. And
Right.
then, yeah.
Right, and probably when you go to some of the area high school games, especially there in Grassfield, or when they play Hickory, you probably played with or competed with some of those softball players as you were growing up.
Yeah, they were like, there was a whole bunch of them that were my teammates playing travel ball. And I basically did grow up with them because I've been with them since I was 10 or 12. So,
Right. Yeah, yes, and then also with your success on the track, I saw that the Virginia Pilot recognized you for an award this past school year.
hmm they recognized me with the Virginia Athlete of the well, Hampton Roads
Right,
Athlete of the Year for girls, and
right,
that was a big accomplishment, and I'm really um, proud of myself for that, and I
right.
appreciate.
Yeah, yeah. So with being a rising junior, and the success that you've had, freshman, sophomore. So I guess you're entering you're ending the time frame on where you can possibly run track after high school, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that started. That process started June 15th.
oh,
This past June 15th. So the coaches were like, they just were allowed to start talking to me and stuff.
okay. All right. So yeah. So I guess every NCAA sport has different dates, different rules on
Yeah.
when they can start talking to prospective high school athletes.
hmm
Right. So let's see. So here, coming into this year, I mean, definitely, here sky's the limit. And then in winter, is there a playoff at the end, or is it mainly with the spring season?
Yeah, so there's nationals for indoor and outdoor.
Okay.
There's New Balance. I go to New Balance for both.
Okay.
So that's in Boston. Um, yeah.
Well,
So there's a nationals for both.
right.
And we have states, which is before that, like 2 weeks before that. That's
Okay.
with the team. Yeah.
All
So
right.
there's definitely a lot of That's called championship season.
Right.
So there's a lot of that going on at the
Right.
end.
Yeah, yes, and I know that Western Branch has had a great track program, Grassfield. I mean, so definitely right here in Chesapeake, right here in Southeastern District. You know, there's definitely tough tough competitions and good track programs.
Yeah, there's a lot of local competition that I feel like all the athletes who are here, we all have good coaches, and all the schools around Chesapeake, we all compete well against each other. So there's a lot of competition here, and I feel like we all as a community, like we're all friends and stuff because at track meets, we're all talking to each other. So it's a great community, and it's fun racing against people that you know, and good competition.
Right, because then when you get out of states and go to nationals, it's probably good to have some familiar faces that might not be from your high school, but at
Yeah,
least from the same area.
yeah, definitely.
So where was this past spring, or I guess it was probably early summer? Where was that state competition? Was it there in the Richmond area?
No, our states for outdoor, that was at Todd Stadium in Newport News.
Oh, okay.
It's mostly held there every year, and I love running there. It's a great facility.
Yes. Yeah, and you probably have, the good places, to compete at, or to run with the different competitions.
Yeah.
So how many people are on a track team there at Grassfield?
I think we have like 90 to 100 people because there's so many different events, and yeah, just we have a whole lot of people. Like there's lots of throwers, distance, sprinters, there's everything.
Right, because the track meets with so many events. It's actually a few. It's a good while. It's more than just the 100, 200, and 400, and so on.
Yeah, track meets are definitely really long. So, but if there's an invitational when a whole bunch of teams are going, they'll usually be 2 days, but sometimes they're not, and we'll be there like from dusk till dawn.
Oh, wow. And then what? Like the different running events. What? There's just like two to four of you there that compete there as from Grassfield, or is it just individual?
So there will be a couple of us who compete in each event. They don't. I think at most of the meets, there's a limit on how many people you can enter into each event. So they'll like kind of divide it up and stuff.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, let's see. I hope you enjoyed your summer, and now as you get ready here to start your junior year, and good luck here with the track season here for your junior year, and thanks again for your time for coming on.
Thank you, of course.
Yes, and the Violets, they didn't know if you had any comments there about the Southside crew.
um, Yeah, the crews, they're really fun. Um, they're split up now, but there's
Right.
still some of the same, a lot of the same kids on it and stuff. And it was just a great community. And like going to the games was always fun because all the parents would, they were like a lot louder than the other teams and stuff. So it was a good community to be around.
Right. Well, hey, Sophie, I mean, we know your parents, but appreciate your time coming on, and have a great school year, both in the classroom and on the track. And we'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
All right. See you.